Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Now, I am back for this Environmental Quality Clean Air Regulations 2014. We are going to look into the environmental parameters and their respective emission limits for iron and steel mills of all sizes. We are now looking at activities in the first schedule. There you are. Activities which are listed in the first schedule here their emissions standard shall only refer to the schedule. Only if these activities in the first schedule do have fuel burning equipment other than what they already have if they are power generation plant. Other than that, other industries, if they do have fuel burning equipment of this sort, then these fuel burning equipment will have to refer to second schedule. We are not doing it now. Let's take a look at first schedule. Now let's go into iron and steel. As you know, the regulation is Environmental Quality Clean Air Regulations 2014. I have assembled from the law book all the types of plants that being used and is regulated in this law related to iron and steel mill. The law says iron and steel mill of all sizes, metal ore, pig iron, steel, castings work and hot rolling mills will be subscribing to this particular regulation 13 subclause B. If you look at this downwards, these are all the different types of plants: sinter plants, coke plants, blast furnace, basic furnace, arc furnace and rolling mill. Now on this side we have got all the parameters. There you are: sulfur dioxide, nitrogen dioxide, total particulate matter, total lead and non-methane volatile organic carbon, and also this one is about PCDD, polychlorinated dibenzodioxin, and PCDF, which is polychlorinated dibenzofuran. Look, that is why they don't have to look at fourth and fifth schedule. All the hazardous materials or air impurities which is known to come from their operation is already covered here, such as non-methane volatile organic carbon of any variance, all right, total lead, sulfur dioxide. These are all covered. And as you know, the fourth schedule is on dioxin and furan. It is already covered here. If you see red fonts like this one, sinter plants, for the monitoring of sulfur dioxide shall not exceed or equivalent to 500 milligram per meter cube. And the next one for nitrogen dioxide, 400 milligram per meter cube, and total particulate matter is 50 milligram per meter cube. Look, they are all in red fonts. What does it mean? For all these parameters, which is sulfur dioxide, nitrogen dioxide and total particulate matter, the law requires them to install continuous emission monitoring system. They don't require CMS for total lead, non-methane volatile organic carbon, polychlorinated dibenzodioxin and polychlorinated dibenzofuran. So what do they do? How do they go about? First of all, for sinter plants, they have to install CMS for these three parameters: sulfur dioxide, nitrogen dioxide and total particulate matter. That's done. What about total lead, VOC and also dioxin and furan? What do they do? First of all, total lead is only one parameter, but if we look at non-methane volatile organic carbon, there are various parameters. For example, benzene, these are non-methane. But if you look at toluene, it has got one methane group, all right, outside the benzene ring. That will be methane, volatile organic carbon. So you got to ask, the chemist. And the law do have list of attachment on this material. So you got to do baseline study first, because we need to identify for the first time which non-methane volatile organic carbon is emitted from our operation, because this is going to be a long-term monitoring process. You can't afford to monitor every known non-methane volatile organic carbon. It is not cheap, and it is not related to you. What for? So just do a baseline study and determine which strain, which species of the non-methane volatile organic carbon is related to you. And this particular regulation 13 subclause B for iron and steel mill, sulfur dioxide, nitrogen oxide, and total particulate matter is done. It's CMS. But for those in blue fonts, does the law here say anything? How often? About the frequency of monitoring? When it's not stated in this particular regulation how often the monitoring needs to be done, then you got to refer to regulation 16, or pending DOE ineligible instruction, then you got to follow what DOE require. When we talk about the other plant, which is coke oven, only one parameter requires CMS, and for nitrogen dioxide and sulfur dioxide, no need CMS, and they are not required to monitor total lead, NMVOC, dioxin, and furan. There you are. Let's go into the next one. This is the blast furnace. Similarly, they have only to comply to one parameter, which is total particulate matter, and they have got to install CEMS for that. The rest of the other parameter are not affecting them. They don't have to look into the fourth and fifth schedule. It's not applicable. There you are. Fourth schedule is on dioxin and furan. It's not applicable to them at all. And hazardous substance, NMVOC, not applicable to them. So they only have to look for only one parameter, which is total particulate matter. What about basic furnace? So auditors, before you go to all these premises and industries, please have a courtesy to look into this video and look into the law, all right, and understand the operation. And number two, actually it's number one, get hold of the operational process description from that factory. If you're a certification body auditors, manuals is not enough, procedures is not enough. They are process operation description. You need to get hold of that. And when that is missing and you don't understand what is going on in the factory as far as processes is concerned, it's going to be affecting how you make judgment and how you apply the law. It is quite dangerous in that situation. Now, basic furnace, according to this law, also require only one parameter, which is total particulate matter and CEMS. And arc furnace, only total particulate matter and have to install CEMS. And when we talk about CEMS, there are variants in the market. I suggest look for credible version and make sure this equipment is suitable for our climate. We are in Malaysia, tropical country. Humidity is very high. Average temperature is around 30 to 35 degrees Celsius all year round, and we got the monsoon rain and we got the hot sun. Don't you think that would affect scientific equipment of that nature, of that accuracy in the long term? Think about it. Now, what about rolling mill? The law says only nitrogen dioxide, and that they don't need to install CEMS. And all the other parameters like sulfur dioxide, total particulate matter, total lead, and non-methane volatile organic carbon, and also dioxin and furan doesn't apply to them. I believe it's clear. All right, so good luck in your work and good luck in your auditing work. If you flick the law book, it's all words and tables, all right? It's not going to be interesting, but I've given you in the form of this, all right? So thank you for your attention. Thank you for the time. I hope you are able to share this with your friends and those in need. All I need you to do is to subscribe, so it will go direct to your subscription of YouTube. So have a good time. I wish everybody Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thanks for attention. All the best in your environmental endeavor. Thank you very much. Take care.